Hey church, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of What Now, our new video podcast. We are excited to be here with a couple of guys that we'll introduce you to in just a moment. But hey, wanted to say thanks for being with us again. Sorry it's been so long since our last episode. We between the holidays and then the ice storm, a whole bunch of stuff happened, and it's been, I don't know, it's been 6 or 8 weeks probably. But we intend to do these a little more frequently, and we'll get jumped back into it with this one here. So what now in the church these days is pretty exciting, actually. Got a couple of new positions and some guys that we want to introduce you to. So that's how we're going to start off today. I want to introduce you first to Brian Erdmann, our new youth minister. And he is actually, go ahead, give him a hand, Joel. That's fantastic. Yes. And then, and he is, of course, taking the place of John, who was our youth pastor, boo, but has now stepped into boo. That's good, boo now. And you stepped into.
I've been hearing that a lot lately.
Have you been getting that a lot because you've stepped away and your age kids are mad at you?
Not since Brian's been here. Since Brian's been here, nobody cares.
I see.
Which is good. That's a good sign.
Yeah,
but
true.
Before Brian got here, yes, there were boos.
Yeah, I do have to say, John, that my youngest son Cooper, after he met Brian the first Sunday he was here, I asked him, I said, what'd you think of Brian? And he said, he's a walking W. And I know that Cooper likes you, but I don't know that he ever referred to you as a walking W. So
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, Brian's you made a good impact right off the bat. And also, though, you have a new position, and I'm real excited for this. I think you're perfect for it. I was glad to hear that you were interested in it when it came open.
Thank you.
Say the title of it, because I'm afraid I'm going to get it wrong. I know you're working with the young adults, but what are we calling you now?
Young adult pastor.
Oh, no wonder I was so confused. That's a tough one.
It's hard.
Yeah,
hard to remember.
Yeah. Cool. That's cool. All right. Well, congratulations. I really am happy that you have stepped into that role, and congratulations to you. Glad to have you on board as our new youth guy. This is really cool. I'm looking forward to all the good stuff in store.
Well, yeah, and I'm just super excited.
Yeah.
You know, I think this church is really cool, so I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, right on.
Brian, question for you.
All right, I'm ready.
Oh, man.
Give us a little bit of your background. Where did you go to school? How'd you find out about Northwood? Did you have any connection here beforehand and whatnot? Yeah,
so I grew up at First Baptist Eugene. My dad was the middle school pastor there for 22 years, I think. So, you know, Eugene, Springfield, local. And I went to Sheldon High School, which I liked hanging out with my friends, didn't love school. So it got to the point where it was like, that's tough, but I'll go to school anyways, because that's where people I like are. But yeah, I went out to Harlow a lot, and I got connected with Connor Lind.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. No, but honestly, heck of a guy. And he was really cool. We hung out a lot, and he was kind of one of those people that I could go to if I had something going on. Just awesome guy. Yep. And so I don't remember how I heard about it. It might have just been just online, like through one of like those job search engines or something. But I saw it, and I was like, oh, Northwood, that's where Connor goes. And so I actually came before I applied, like on the down low. I didn't talk to anybody. So I was like, I just want to check this out. I don't want it to be like, oh, Brian's coming. Like, I want to we got to put on our best faces. I wanted the pure raw Northwood experience.
Very sneaky.
Yeah, I know. And so I came, and I really liked it. I thought Barry did a great job preaching. And so I applied and came a few times in between the process, came to the day before the Christmas service. And it was just seemed like a good place to be.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then I went to school at NCU.
Really? When did you graduate?
Technically I graduated from Bushnell because in my last term they changed the name.
Oh, yeah.
And so I graduated December 2020.
Okay, I'm old. I graduated in 2010.
10 years.
01 for me. It was still NCC. That's like 3 names ago.
You're still older than me.
I know.
Three.
I am.
Although it took me 5 years. And I'm the odd one out. I'm the only person who didn't graduate from NCC, NCU / Bushnell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the minority.
That is true. Man.
I just popped in my head. I don't mean to go off script, but how did be interesting to hear how each of us heard about Northwood before we started working here, or how we got connected.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah. Well, Go ahead, Brian. You start since you were kind of telling.
Well, yeah. So I just saw it online and was like,
That was your first introduction then to
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
actually, Connor had one time brought some students out to Harlow.
Okay.
And so that was like my first interaction with like any part of the Northwood community. But that was like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
That was a while ago. But then I got connected just finding it online.
That's cool. Okay. And by the way, while we'll agree to disagree about Connor being a great guy, I will say I will admit to spending time with him occasionally, and so I actually had heard your name probably before you applied, because he was you were one of the guys he was hoping would be interested in the job in the process when we were doing it. So that's also kind of a cool little connection. All right,
Yeah,
so
that's
that was your introduction.
Yeah,
to
that was
Northwood.
it. That was it.
That's cool. What was yours, Joel?
So I, before I even worked here, knew anything about Northwood, I was fundraising to work with CMF International in Kenya. And one of the things they do while you're fundraising is they give you a spreadsheet of every church in Oregon that CMF's worked with. And so I was just sending out emails to every church, like probably sent out, 150 emails. And, you get like 3 responses. But one of them was Northwood. And it was Mike Raz. And so I, had breakfast with him at Buddy's, as most people do. And then, they supported me in Kenya, and then my wife and I in Kenya. And then we came back. It was only supposed to be for 6 months. And not to go into the whole story, but our son ended up being born super early. And my wife had visa issues coming over. And so we decided that we were just going to stay in the U.S. for a while. And that meant I had to find a job. And I was like, oh, what am I going to do? And then out of the blue one day, Mike Raz emails me. And it was like 5 or 6 p.m. And all it said was, call me at your earliest convenience. And I'm thinking.
It's kind of nerve-wracking, actually,
I'm thinking,
right?
oh, crap. Did I not update them well enough on what we're doing? Or, did I do something? Are they not happy with how I used their funds? Or I was like, oh. So I tried calling him right away, didn't answer. So that
You knew he was mad at you at that point. Yeah.
So I'm like, oh no. And then, so I called back again the next day, and he's like, hey buddy, how you doing? And I was like, oh, doing well. And he said that there was a job opening for the media position here. And I was like, oh, interesting. And it was the perfect timing of right when our time with CMF was ending, and him calling me. And so I thought, what the heck, why not? Might as well apply for it. And I did, and I'm glad I did. And now I'm sitting here doing these silly things.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. What was your introduction to Northwood?
Oh,
How'd you
man.
find out about this place?
Well, I was just trying to get out of L.A. We were trying to move. Carter was born, and we knew that we didn't want to stay in Southern California. Knew we couldn't afford to stay in Southern California. Glad we got out when we did.
But it's no better here now, right? I mean, it's a little better than Southern California. I know.
We got into a house at the right time.
You did.
Yeah,
You
we
had
were
a nice
fortunate.
place, yeah.
We were fortunate there. So Val's originally from Oregon, grew up in Washington. So first time in the Pacific Northwest, I was like, why do people live anywhere else? It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And so I applied to pretty much any full-time youth ministry job in Oregon and around Seattle, thinking I'm going to land in Portland or Seattle because I'm a city slicker,
Right.
to the core. The only river I knew was the LA River, which is concrete.
Yeah, you skateboard in the LA River, right?
That and tag. That's about it.
Okay.
And that's not the kind of tag you're thinking of, probably. And so I applied to Springfield, Oregon, never heard of it, and checked out the website and was sorely disappointed. But I did watch a live service, and it felt really authentic to me. So, anyways, kind of nobody else wanted me, I guess, and Northwood was the only one. No, that's not totally true, but kind of. I had gotten a phone call from Barry toward the end of this process, but I was holding out for a really big position near Seattle. And there's a funny story about that, maybe for another time, on why I'm glad that didn't happen. But I got a call from Barry, and I was at the church. I was in the employee parking lot. You know you're in a cool church when you have an employee parking lot.
What happened to that?
Yeah, we need one of those, don't we?
No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
And as soon as I heard his voice, I just felt like this peace come over me. It was the coolest thing and the weirdest thing, and I knew this was the right decision. Yeah, I had no intention. You know, people always ask, wait, you moved here just for this job? And I'm like, yeah. And 12 years later, three of our kids were born here, and I don't see myself leaving Springfield. Glad to be here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so I actually did grow up in this area. I grew up in Eugene and was aware of Northwood. What's that?
I said, yeah.
Yeah, right. My dad was a preacher at Garden Way Church.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, for a long time. Yeah.
So we used to live on Garden Way.
What?
And we would walk by that church like every other day, just, bike ride and stuff like that.
Wow.
We would go down to the playground and play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. The playground was like, when we're pulling in for the first time when I was a kid to interview, that's the first thing you see is the playground right there at the front and the left. And I was like, oh, yeah, this place is cool. Yeah, this is where I was 10, so it was perfect. But, yeah, my dad was the preacher there from 89 till, man, I should know the exact year. I think it was like 08. Maybe 08 or 09, maybe, that they came out.
Were you born yet?
Midwest. But.
Yeah, I was born. I was born in 98.
Sorry.
That's crazy. Small world. So anyway, so I grew up in this area, and then when I got married, moved to the Midwest, and then while I was in the Midwest, we were in Oklahoma City at this time, and I was looking for a full-time worship leading job, and also at the same time, kind of looking to come back to this area if there was something, because my wife's family was all still out here in this area, and it had been a long time since we were around them. So this was on our radar. And then for me, the direct connection was John Hakes, the guy that preceded me, was actually my music professor at NCC when I was there, and he was the worship guy here. So I caught wind that he was getting ready to retire. And I reached out directly to him and was able to make the connection, and so I had a good in when he was the one kind of hooking me up to to potentially get this job. But same as you, I'll just say we experienced right away that just like, oh yeah, this is the right thing. There was a peace. This is because our move out here was even pretty tumultuous. The move itself actually, and just getting here made a big difference. Really just settled. So that's cool. Yeah, I hope you'll find the same that we're all seeming to find. You get here and you just don't want to leave, man.
I was gonna say I've been feeling that too. I mean, I remember when you first called me, we hadn't even like really started the process yet. You were just wanting to check in, and I was like, wow, like that felt really good. And then I met with Barry. Actually, it was during like the ice storm, and like that conversation was really good and just really peaceful. So I've been feeling the same thing.
Yeah, I'm glad. That Barry's first impressions aren't usually good, so I'm really glad that worked out for you. That's
we were worried.
Praise the Lord.
We were worried about
it. Cool. Well, all right. So hey, while we're just on the topic of ministry and this stuff, still, tell us each of you what you're looking forward to most in your new ministries. Some either just ideas or the specific thing that excites you, or what's on your radar as you guys are heading into your new ministry. Go ahead. You go first, Brian.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm mainly I love hanging out with kids. I love hanging out with students. I think that they're all in a very specific time of their lives where they're figuring stuff out about who they are, like how they want to define themselves. And I remember kind of in my own life, growing up as a pastor's kid, I had a really big head. I had a really big ego. And so when I got into high school, that was when I first started like defining that for myself. And I was put on the right track by the leaders in my life and the people in my life who were pouring into me. And I think about some of the friends I was hanging out with, not all of them, because some of my friends are still my friends, and they were the youth group kids that I was friends with. But some of my friends that I was hanging out with, if I hadn't had good leadership, I don't know if I'd be where I'm at today. I can see myself doing some of the same things that they did and not ending up at the same end goal. And so I just think it's super important in that regard. And I'm excited to be that for other kids. Even just last night, you know, I was hanging out with one of the students, and he was telling me about all the things that he wants to do and who he wants to be. And I'm like, that's awesome. Like, let's do that together. Like, if you want me to, I'll come alongside you and let's do it. And that's just really the main thing. Just getting to do life and disciple some awesome students is the most exciting thing to me.
That's super cool. Super cool. What about you? What are you looking forward to most in your young adult ministry here?
Yeah.
Life without lock-ins.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's legit. I
Amen.
understand. Yeah. We're too old for
Amen.
those now.
Yeah, I remember the last time I found myself hiding. You know that big gray cabinet?
Yeah.
We have that like welcome table in the front entrance of the church.
Yeah.
I remember hiding in there, thinking to myself, "What am I doing with my life?"
Were you
Having
like
fun.
snacking on the
It's
communion in
time.
there and stuff
It's
while you're
time.
waiting?
And nobody found me. I was in there for like a half an hour. It sucked. Anyways, no, but real talk, like I've been able to reconnect with so many people that I actually had in youth group over the years.
Yeah.
You know,
of
that's
course.
been a blessing to be here as long as I have, and to get to know, young people in a new way and in a deeper way. So right now, I've just been hanging out with a couple people every week, doing a lot of one-on-ones, and it's so cool the kinds of conversations that we're having. One, they're reciprocal. You know, where like middle school and high schoolers don't always care about how you're doing, and if
You
they
get
do,
ghosted on a daily basis.
exactly. And so that's kind of fun, and they're now able to really see their life for what it is, and trying to hone in who they are, who they really want to be when the facade kind of that so many people wear in high school falls off. And so that's just been a lot of fun to see that. So as a ministry, I think probably the biggest goal is for young people to be connected to the older people in the church. Yeah. You know, whether they're a college student who's here for just a few years, or someone who's grown up in Springfield and is going to plant roots here just like every generation before them, that they would really build relationships with older adults so that they feel like they're part of the whole church. And so right now we're just looking for people who are willing to open up their homes and host regular groups. So if you're one of those fun people, hit me up. We don't have a regular weekly thing happening right now, but I think that will happen soon. I think we want to have a kind of reinvent that basketball night that we used to have.
Yeah.
Kind of have an open gym.
Yeah, cool.
Also been thinking about revamping our church softball team to be like an outreach to young adults. Lamb Lanes actually, I heard, is going to be redoing their church league.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be about that.
They're going to make it fair. So you can only join one team is what I've heard. You can't, so all those super competitive dudes can't go join the church league, among all their other teams. Yeah.
Softball guy.
Softball guy. What is it about softball guy?
I know.
What are you really winning, softball guy? Just curious.
Something to ponder.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Asking the big questions today.
Yeah, we get deep here on what now. No doubt. No doubt. All right, that's awesome. So what about your personal interests? Like, John, you've been around. We know a little bit about you, but just tell us these days what you're up to.
What's your hobbies
Oh,
these days?
my hobbies. Walking my dog. I'm going to be 44, Joel. So, walking my dog, that's a hobby now. Actually, and I'm still coaching baseball. So I get to coach the Springfield Babe Ruth team for Levi. So, baseball has always been a hobby, and I love coaching. So I'm super excited for that. it's not really a hobby, but it's a part of my life. I'm finishing up my spiritual direction training in the next few months, and then kind of figuring out, okay, what am I gonna do with it after that? It was wintertime, so snowboarding. Yeah, took the boys and
I actually know you
get
guys
out again.
snowboarded.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, I love that.
You're 44.
They've picked
Don't
it
hurt
up.
yourself.
You
It
know,
might be time to retire from snowboarding.
I did realize the last time we went, the last 2 runs were the worst. I was falling all over the place, and I was like, "It's time to buy a helmet." It is time to buy a helmet. Yeah, it's in my best interest.
That's funny. What about you, Brian? What do you like to do in your free time?
Absolutely. I like movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm big on like Star Wars and superheroes. Really like Lord of the Rings, and then I'm a gamer. Play lots of video games.
Yes, finally.
I know, right?
Gosh, there's like, I want to talk about video games with people, but everyone's like, what?
We'll have a whole nother episode where it's just us talking about video games.
Sorry, Joel. Sorry, man.
Well, so you guys should geek out for a minute here. What games are you into?
Yeah, so I'm big into like story-based video games. So right now I'm playing like the new Suicide Squad video game, which is pretty fun. It's super buggy, but it's pretty fun. And then like the new Spider-Man game that came out in October, that's really good. Me and my roommate and my brother, we play a lot of Rocket League these days. Yeah, and then I'm big on Nintendo. It's like Smash Bros, Mario Kart, all those stuff.
Yep. I just finished playing Alan Wake 2.
Oh, I haven't played that yet.
Dude.
It's on my list.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Adam, if you played video games, you would love that game because it's like a mix of like video game and movie and weird story, paranormal stuff. Anyways, super cool. And then I'm playing Mario Wonder on Nintendo.
Oh, I haven't gotten that one yet.
I just started that.
It looks super good.
And then with my friends, we usually just play like whatever. We've been like, we'll go through phases where we'll play like Madden for a while. We played Fortnite for a while, Call of Duty, that kind of.
Well, those are all good games you can play with people who have like different consoles and stuff, like really easy cross-platform. So I played a lot of Fortnite.
Yeah. Anyways.
So when I play Madden, because like I've always kind of loved Madden too, but I'm definitely old now, and so here's like my latest interaction with Madden. I used to like go to pawn shops and find like an original PlayStation that was, that I could grab, and then and I have a couple of old Madden games like 01 and 02. I got a few in a row.
03 was a great one.
Oh, I think I've got maybe through 04 if I remember right, but I don't ever play a game. What I do is every single time I go to franchise mode. I pick a team and I'm going to coach, and then I just I'm so ate up by the free agency and who I can trade for, and I will simulate all the games just to see if I can build a good team, and then so really all I play is the building of a team, and so pretty pathetic. I
could go on for like another hour about video games, but for the sake of time,
That's fair.
I'll say also one more thing that I'm into.
Please.
I have a 3D printer. And so I do some 3D modeling. And I'll print some stuff, and I like printing lightsabers. That's kind of like a big thing.
Okay.
But then, for like my friends and stuff, I'll do some like small stuff. I have some friends who are couples, and I do this cool thing where like I do their names, and from one direction it looks like one of their names, and from another direction it's the other person's name.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So I 3D print. It's pretty fun.
Wow. All right. I've actually never really seen that. I'll have to see something sometime.
Yeah, I can bring it here sometime, and I'll let it go, and whoever wants to come watch can watch.
That would be sweet.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very cool. Very cool. So, all right, so you said you were a movie guy.
Oh, yeah.
The Academy Awards are coming up pretty soon, March, I think. Kind of a big deal. Have you seen anything that's nominated? Has anybody seen any of this? I've always been kind of a movie buff, so I've been trying to see the stuff that's nominated. I still have a lot to see, but yeah, that's always a kind of a fun thing for me. Have you guys seen anything right now?
I have not, and I blame my child.
Yes.
I still consider myself a movie person, but like when I lived in Kenya, every Saturday go to the movies because it was cheap, and no matter what was playing, I went and saw Barbershop 3 because it was like the only, I was like, oh, I'll watch that, sure.
Yep.
But I've just fallen so far behind. But I've seen every episode of Bluey multiple times.
Bluey's great. Yeah.
And by the way, the episode Sleepy Time of Bluey is one of the best episodes of any show. And I'm not joking. Like,
Okay.
It's so good.
Okay.
Watch it. It's only 8 minutes long.
The Sleepy
Watch it.
Time episode.
Sleepy
of Bluey.
Time Bluey.
You hear that, Northwood? Change your lives.
Anyways.
All right. All right. Well, Bluey. We got a shout out for Bluey. That's a good
Shout out
start.
Bluey.
Yeah.
I like. All right. So here's one that I think you said maybe you've seen too.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Oppenheimer.
Have you seen that yet, John?
I have not seen Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer was pretty good. You liked that one, right?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty solid. It made me feel like bad about like the world, but like it was a solid movie.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's got some bleak viewpoints for sure. Yeah, yeah. Very interesting though to just see some of that. Man, like the first hour of it was almost hard to follow for me at first because we're getting introduced to so many characters and they're telling us in a couple of different timelines.
yeah.
You know, I mean, they're setting stuff up. This is intentional. But then like the subject that they're all talking about is like, you know, nuclear physics, which I don't know anything about that either. So took me a
They
minute.
didn't teach you that at NCU?
No,
Yeah,
no, that
didn't
was
get that.
that was not my that wasn't for sure on my class list. But yeah, so I loved it. I thought it was really good too.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
And yeah, it is a little bit long, but I think people if they'll get through that first hour, and it's not bad. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking bad about it now. I liked this movie.
No, yeah, it was good.
But yeah, interesting stuff for sure. Interesting subject matter. So, all right, you made some predictions,
I
even
did
right?
make some predictions. I have my list here,
All right, so give us some of your
list. All right.
predictions on what you think's winning this year. Let's hear, Brian.
and so I haven't
Yeah,
seen.
because you've got a connection a little bit, right? Like,
Right. So my brother, he works with Screen Rant, and he like writes about like different movie connections and stuff like that. Like explainers is kind of his big thing. So right now he's watching the Halo TV show, and he's writing explainers about what the heck is happening in this space sci-fi show.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm pretty like in the movie world and just getting constant news anyways. Like
That's really cool. I've probably read his stuff because
Probably,
I
yeah.
feel like I constantly walk away from a movie and I want to just go read about it now and what did I miss, what was happening in there, and I'm sure he's and it's always the explains, the
Yeah.
explainer. So that's cool. That's
for
pretty
sure.
cool. All right, so give us some insight here.
So I haven't seen a lot of the movies, but
right.
I also follow the different award shows to see like who's winning what.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
So in each year, my family does a big Oscar party.
Nice.
And we make predictions, and the winner gets a prize. I've won the last 3 years in a row, so
Whoa.
yeah, it's big time.
We've got a
Big shot here.
But
Wait,
I didn't
wait.
win for like the 9 years before
So
that.
we've got a three-peat champion giving his
know.
predictions right
this,
now.
this is my
Pay attention, folks.
and I
Big
don't have
time.
the whole list, but I've got like 6 or 7 categories that we can.
Yeah,
just-
that's good. Yeah,
just
the
go
big
through.
ones.
Yeah.
That's
So the big one, Best Picture, Oppenheimer, right now, is the clear. It's pulling ahead. It's winning most of the awards.
yeah, a lot of buzz for
A
Oppenheimer.
lot of
for
buzz.
Sure.
And then with that, Best Director is probably going to go to Christopher Nolan for that. Because he's only been nominated once before.
Yeah.
And yeah, only once.
Was that for Batman? What was that for?
It might. I'm not.
Or was it Inception?
It might have been Inception.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Any Christopher Nolan movie, I'm all about it.
Christopher Nolan guy.
Yeah,
That's cool.
for
Yeah,
sure.
he's good. He's very good.
But yeah, it's kind of like a legacy award for him this year. So maybe he'll get it as like a way of like.
Yeah.
They've done that before. So like with DiCaprio, when
Yeah.
he got his Oscar, it was kind of like a long-standing.
Yeah. And often, not always, but oftentimes, Best Picture and Best Director,
They kind of go hand in
they
hand.
do go
Yeah.
together. They split sometimes, but usually whoever wins Best Director, that movie wins Best Picture a lot of times.
It's
as well.
it's pretty standard.
Yeah.
All
right,
For
all
Best
right.
Actor, I have Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers, which
Yeah.
you've seen.
I have. Good movie.
Yeah.
I would recommend The Holdovers. Really fun movie. I was telling these guys it's kind of a modern day take on The Breakfast Club, and Paul Giamatti is the grumpy private school instructor who has to stay over with a few students over Christmas break, and it's really good. Really good. Couple of good performances, and it's just kind of a lighthearted, fun movie to watch. So yeah, I definitely recommend The Holdovers. That's a good one.
And he also won the Critics' Choice Awards for that
Yeah.
category. So
He's fantastic.
That's a pretty good indicator where things are going to go.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
For actress, I have Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon. Haven't seen that movie, but people are saying she was the best part of it.
Yep, I haven't seen it either. So that's another long one. That one's like 3.5 hours, I think. So just got to carve out an afternoon to watch that. I want to see that one a lot. Yeah, I hear she's going to win too. Well, I've also heard a lot of buzz though for Emma Stone potentially.
Yeah, so she's in it, and she's been doing. She's been winning a lot of awards too.
Yeah.
But Lily Gladstone, I think, is pulling away. And this is just my opinion. This isn't this is fact.
Good. This is
I think Lily Gladstone has more of a chance.
She's got the edge right now,
Mm-hmm.
probably. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's probably a good movie too. I'd like to see.
Yeah,
it,
I
haven't yet,
yeah.
but.
And then for supporting actor, RDJ, Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer, he was phenomenal in that movie.
Yep.
And that's another kind of like legacy award too. He's been a staple of the movie industry for a while, and so he'll probably get some recognition for that.
He's awesome. And if you guys see it, like it'll be interesting to see how long it takes you to recognize Robert Downey Jr. Like he's almost unrecognizable in the role.
I didn't realize he was even in it.
Yeah, it's.
I've seen stills from it, and his
like his makeup
Yeah.
and everything makes
Yeah,
him look
it's
way
pretty
different.
good.
But he's really good in the role.
And a lot of his scenes are in black and white.
It's
So
also true.
there's that
also
factor
true.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good call. I think that's probably a likely winner as well.
Okay, I got three more.
All right. What do you
Supporting
got?
actress, I have Divine Joy Rudolph for The Holdovers.
Yes, I hope she wins.
Yeah.
She's really, really good.
Yeah, and so I've heard great things about her. For best song, I have What Was I Made For from the Barbie movie, Billie Eilish.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
It's a good song, and it's the most thematic out of all the nominations. It's the most emotional. It's got a good chance at winning.
Good call. That's good insight, actually. I like that.
And then this one is like my strongest opinion. Okay. Animated feature, Across the Spider-Verse.
Ooh, yeah.
That movie was incredible.
I did see that one.
Just one of the best animated movies I've ever seen.
So
I was
good.
thinking about like what my favorite animated movie might be. I was thinking about like How to Train Your Dragon, like Cars, like stuff like that. And I was like, man, the Spider-Verse movies, especially the new one, just phenomenal.
It's no Bluey though.
It's no Bluey. However, The Boy and the Heron has a good shot at winning too, which is a Miyazaki film.
Yep, and that's actually in theaters right now too around here. It's
Mm-hmm.
playing a lot of places. That's
That's getting some good hype. And those all of the Miyazaki movies are just like phenomenal.
All right, so I'm bummed that I haven't seen Spider-Verse yet. I definitely will.
Absolutely.
I saw the first one. What was it, 2 or 3 years ago when it came out, and I actually thought it was one of the best movies of that year too.
Yeah,
that movie was fantastic. So I'll see this one before the Oscars for sure. I'm down. I might share your opinion. I really liked the first one, and I've heard this one's better.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
I love like Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara, just like great like character in the movie.
That's cool.
Miles was done really well. They brought Peter back. Gwen was a great character. The music in the movie is just like one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah.
It's just super good. Metro Boomin does the whole thing. It's awesome.
Yeah, good time. It seemed like you were going to say something about Spider-Verse there.
Well, I was just gonna crossover with Bluey.
True, right?
See that?
Well, I mean, Bluey is streaming on Disney Plus these days, so I mean, like,
I could
clearly
see
there's a
I could
working
see the
relationship
dad
with
in there.
Disney.
Yeah.
This
Well,
could
although
be breaking news right now.
Across the Spider-Verse is Sony, and there's that whole Sony Disney Spider-Man thing, which is a whole nother podcast.
Okay, so coming soon across the Blueyverse.
Across the Blueyverse, maybe we'll see.
Fantastic. All right, hey, that's awesome. I love the predictions. Thank you. Fun times. I think it's March 10th. If you're interested in watching the Oscars, I think that's when they're airing this year. So maybe if we get a chance to talk movies a little more, we'll see a few more between now and then. But that was cool. That was fun.
And if I'm totally wrong, I'll just never come on again.
Are these on DraftKings?
That's true.
These bets?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
But it's been recorded here and now. So
That's right.
We'll all know if Brian was right.
Yeah, we will hold you liable 100%. No doubt. All right, there's one more thing I think we should do before we leave. Joel, don't you think we should get everybody's Super Bowl prediction?
Yes.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right, you start us off then. Tell us what you think here. We got Chiefs-Niners. What's up?
Well, first, I'm not thrilled about this game. I mean, it's fine.
But Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
You love Taylor.
I do, but also like leave her alone. Let her just chill and watch the game.
Okay.
We know she's there.
Saying.
And
so you feel bad for Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I'm not like the people who are like, oh, she's whatever. I won't get into that. But
have you seen like all like the weird prediction things about?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where it's like Taylor's favorite number is 13. It's the 58th Super Bowl, and 5 plus 8 is 13. And so Travis Kelce, if they win, he's gonna propose, and it's like.
Yeah.
You just got me thinking we should do a conspiracy theory podcast.
Oh man. But like, it's like okay. I'm one of the people where it's like, if it's real, great, like happy for them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, is it real? Like, because viewership has gone up like crazy for NFL games. And even games where the Chiefs aren't playing, it's like, is Taylor going to be there? And it's like, no, she's not going to be there. Like, she's only there for this one guy. She's probably not that interested in football. But on like the actual like sports side of things, I want the Chiefs to win.
All right.
Because I'm a Seahawks fan. My dad grew up in Seattle, so we're all Seahawks fans. And I don't like the 49ers.
My gut tells me the Chiefs will probably win, but I kind of want the Niners to win. I like Christian McCaffrey.
Why would you say that out loud?
I don't. I'm also like, I love football. I love watching the NFL, but I don't have a favorite team. So like the rivalries and stuff, I'm not invested in. So I don't know. Brock Purdy's a good story.
I actually do really like their roster.
Mr.
Right
Irrelevant to now you're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
Shanahan's awesome too.
Yeah.
I think Shanahan's a great coach, and he hasn't won the big one yet.
Yeah.
So,
but I just have a feeling the Chiefs are going to win just because they've kind of been on a roll. So Chiefs will win. I want the Niners to win. There we go.
That's good. I like that. So we need to do both. So you said you're pulling for the Chiefs. Do you think the Chiefs will win?
I think the Chiefs will win. Yeah.
Okay. So your heart and your head are in the same place on that one, and you're split, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, John? What do you got?
I think T Swift and Andy Reid walk into the sunset together.
Man,
at the end of the game
with his bacon cheeseburger.
Plot twist. That would be fantastic.
Isn't there a thing like he loves a bacon cheeseburger or whatever? And I don't know what I'm talking about.
She's gonna have a platter of them at the end of the game.
She's just gonna walk out with a platter of Big Mac.
I hate to say it. Well, like you, I didn't want either of these teams. I wanted to see Detroit and Baltimore.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I think the rest of America did too. Dude, the Chiefs should just have a way to pull it out.
I know.
They could be down, and Mahomes is going to make a drive. He's going to throw some crazy one-footed sidearm perfect pass to Kelsey, and there it is.
Yeah. All right, so you like the Chiefs in a close game?
Yeah, I think it'll be close. The Niners are too good. I
agree.
think they'll keep it close.
And is that who you want? You want the Chiefs?
I want the Chiefs because I don't like the Niners. Sorry, Liz Harry.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm similar. I want the Chiefs to win this game. So I'm a Cowboys fan. So like I'm just bitter because they're terrible. They let me down in massive ways every year.
Forever.
Yeah. This was just brutal. But anyway, my team's out. But I can't like the Niners because Dallas and the Niners have been rivalries for so long. Sorry, Mom. My mom is a big Niners fan. She's actually a Niners and a Chiefs fan kind of. So, like, she just gets to be happy. It's not fair. And, yeah, so I can't root for the Niners. So I'm rooting for the Chiefs. And I'm like you. I think it's going to be close because I actually think the Niners are great this year.
Well, I'm not saying they're not good.
Yeah, no. I don't think
they
you
are
either.
good.
Yeah.
And so I think it'll probably be a close game.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm like both of you as well, where I think Mahomes is kind of the difference maker. Yeah. So I see a close game. They probably win. If the Niners win, though, I'm not surprised. You were naming some of their guys. Like McCaffrey is a stud, and he's one of like 5 guys that can kill you because Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, and Purdy's been great. Everybody calls him a game manager and everything, but he's been awesome.
He made some big plays in their last game. Some of his scrambles and stuff, and at the right time.
Smart player, good player. And then they got Williams for their tackle, their left tackle. Like they're stacked, they're loaded. So that was only offense. So I don't know. Niners are good. I wish they weren't. It'll probably be a good game. I hope it's at least a good game. That'll be fun.
The other part of the Super Bowl is the commercials, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like half the reason why you watch is for the commercials.
Of course, yeah. Hopefully there's lots of good, funny commercials.
Good movie trailers.
Yeah, true.
Actually, my brother was telling me about this. So DoorDash is doing this thing this year where there's like a code that you can see or like find or something like that, and if you find the code and you enter it, you're in a competition where you'll have everything that is advertised during the Super Bowl delivered to you.
What?
So like cars, like food, like Disneyland trips, like the whole shebang.
Somebody's winning everything.
Somebody's winning everything that is advertised at the Super Bowl.
And who's doing this?
This is DoorDash. because they can deliver anything. That's their whole big thing this year.
Oh, that's an amazing
Yeah, that's
promotion.
crazy.
Shoot, I better be paying attention then during the.
Wow. Yeah. How do you enter? Like, what's?
I think it's just like a code that like they'll
Oh,
either
it'll
show
show
at
up
some
during
point,
the Super Bowl?
or like maybe you need to like find it, or like it's like hidden somewhere. So yeah,
Good
just
thing
keep your eyes peeled.
That's a nice little
right.
nugget to have a heads up on.
I was just thinking, good thing my grandpa taught me about the Bible code. You guys don't even know what the Bible code is,
no.
right?
No,
I'm not
I
sure.
yeah.
That's
Enlighten us.
essentially that there's all these hidden codes in the pages of
Oh,
Scripture
Oh,
that,
I have heard of this.
that
yeah.
expose all the major events throughout history.
Oh, there is.
But people never find them until after the events happen. Go figure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Nice,
awesome.
nice.
Final score prediction.
Good call. Good call.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll say it could be tied even at halftime. Close game. I think I'll say Chiefs 31, Niners 21.
Okay. Good.
I think I'll go higher. I think I'll go like 43, like 40, something like that.
Wow.
I hope it's high
Chiefs.
scoring. That'd be fun.
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say 34-27 Chiefs.
Okay. I think it might be a little more low scoring. They both teams have good offenses, but their defenses are not talked about much, and both Niners especially are really good. I think the Niners will jump out early, maybe even get up by 10 or 14, but I think final score is 27-24 Chiefs.
Okay. That'd be a fun
All
game.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Not a lot of turnovers probably, but maybe the team that gets the most turnovers wins. That's a common stat, it seems like, and these teams are both in that boat. Yeah, interesting. Well, any Super Bowl plans? Anybody have big parties planned or anything? Are you just watching at home or?
I think we're going to my parents' house. My brothers are coming over, and we're all supposed to bring something, and that's my plans.
Nice. That'll be fun.
My mom said she's making taco soup.
Oh, sweet.
So I'm going to go eat taco soup.
Love it. Love it. What are you doing?
I've got a senior guys small group coming to my house to watch the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's cool.
And, probably going to have to kick my family out just so it's safe, you know.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. I think we're just hanging at home. We don't have any major plans, but I love that. I'm happy to just sit in my chair and enjoy the game, get some wings or something, and yeah, good times. All right. Well, hey, it's been awesome to get to know you a little bit, Brian. Good to get
Thanks
to
for being here.
know about
Yeah.
your new ministry too, John. Excited for both of you. Yeah, go ahead. What are you going to say there?
I was just gonna say, we are doing in what did we decide, 3 or 4 weeks or so?
Yeah.
We're gonna do another interview with Brian, but we're gonna bring back, due to popular demand, the Hot Ones episode, because it was a lot of fun. And what a better way to initiate Brian than to do something stupid.
And I'm ready for it. I'm all in.
Yeah, because you love spicy stuff, so
I like
you're
spicy
not
stuff,
you're not
yeah.
scared. All right, you're ready.
I mean, I'm a little scared, like mostly for like after I'm done eating and
Yeah.
like the day following.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but yeah, I like some spicy food.
I do too. I will say that it got hotter than I expected, maybe quicker than I expected too, but I enjoyed it, and I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good times.
And we'll
All
try
right.
to pull some more people in for that too. And
Yeah, we definitely got to see about, of course, getting Bear Dog back in to
Yeah.
do some hot ones with us, and yeah, there might be another person.
we got to see
or
if any
two.
of the ladies would do it too.
Yeah, we do. We need to get some of the ladies on staff. Good call.
Problem is they're smarter than us, so
Yeah. They'll be busy that day. That's a good call. Yeah, so look for that next episode of What Now. It'll be a special Hot Ones episode. That'll be good times. Thanks, guys. That was fun convo. Good to get to know you and just kind of catch up on what's now at the church and in our lives. So thanks a lot. Hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you soon.